End Bad Governance Movement declares nationwide protest against Tinubu government lists demands, okay? The hashtag End Bad Governance Movement has announced a nationwide protest scheduled for December 10, 2025. You people should not be announcing your protest. To coincide with the World Human Rights Day, okay. The group cited what it described as escalating repression and systematic violations of democratic rights under President Bola Tinubu's administration. The declaration was contained in a statement issued on Wednesday, November 19, 2025, and signed by the group's spokesperson, H.T. Soweto. Today, the End Bad Governance Movement is officially declaring a nationwide protest to observe World Human Rights Day on December 10. The statement read, you want to protest December 10 when there is fire on the mountain. Today is what? Today is 20. That's like how many days? That's like 2 weeks. That's when you want to start protesting. Okay, this protest has become inevitable given the increasing repression and attack on democratic rights by the Tinubu regime. The group accused the Tinubu administration of rolling back democratic gains won since Nigeria's return to civilian rule in 1999. At the period, Nigerians should benefit from the sacrifices paid by the heroes of democracy. The Tinubu regime entrenched authoritarianism. The right to peaceful assembly and freedom of speech have been snuffed out, the group stated. According to the movement, several young Nigerians who participated in demonstrations over economic hardship and governance failures continue to suffer long-term consequences. He cited the case of Michael Adaramoye, Daniel Akonde, and 9 others who it noted are still facing treason charges for participating in the August 2024 protest. Michael Adaramoye, Daniel Akonde, and 9 others are still facing treason charges for participating in August 2024 protests. The statement added, the group added that despite spending 59 days in detention, their bank accounts are still frozen and their working tools like laptops, phones are still with the Nigerian police. It further alleged that several other protesters in Katsina, Gombe, Kaduna, Kano are still facing trial simply for demanding an end to hunger. The group also said that several journalists, bloggers, and activists are in detention or going through trial for dissenting views. Time to fight back. Let the mobilization begin, the group declared. The group's demands include halt the sham trial of Adaramoye Michael, Lenin, Daniel Akonde, and 9 others, end bad governance, protesters on trial for treason since last year. Wow, so they've been in prison since last year. Now, wow, free all protesters, activists on trial nationwide, halt the frequent persecution of notable human rights defenders like Omoyele Sowore, Issa Mokwa, and others, end the persecution of labor activists like Abiodun Bamboye and Andrew Emilize, end the mysterious disappearance and persecution of journalists like Fejiro Oliver, as well as TikTokers and bloggers, stressing that a free and independent media is non-negotiable. Other demands are stop victimizing student activists, reverse all punitive measures against the UI3, Aduwo Ayodele, Nice Linus, and Midebe Adegeshi. No restriction of protest to designated locations. Respect the right to freedom of assembly. Stop reading, illegal profiling, stop and search arrests without valid warrants. Immediate release of all unjustly incarcerated Nigerians across the country. Respect the right to freedom of expression, no usage of anti-terrorism laws and the Cybercrime Act to muzzle citizens' voices. Sack the IGP Kaide Edetokun. That should be on top of the list for presiding over a highly irresponsible, corrupt and murderous police force that arbitrarily abuses human rights. Yes, for the Nigerian police to pay all judgment, debt and compensation for their flagrant abuses and as ordered by the courts. Shelter is a human right. End all unjust demolitions. Stop land grabbing for adequate compensation to all victims. World Human Rights Day, observed annually on December 10, commemorates the adoption of the Universal Declaration of Human Rights (UDHR) in 1948. In Nigeria, the day has often served as a rallying point for civil society groups campaigning against government abuses, security force brutality, and infringement of fundamental freedoms. The planned protest comes amidst rising economic hardship, widespread frustration over inflation, unemployment, and deteriorating living conditions. Civil society organizations have repeatedly accused the Tinubu government of responding to public dissent with arrest, harsh bail conditions, the prolonged trials. The #EndBadGovernance movement emerged in the aftermath of the August 2024 nationwide protest, during which security forces arrested dozens of demonstrators. Human rights organizations including Amnesty International and Social Economic Rights and Accountability Project (SERAP) have since raised concern over what they describe as shrinking civic space and the criminalization of peaceful protests in Nigeria. With the latest protest declaration, the movement appears set to rekindle national mobilization, reminiscent of the 2020 EndSARS protests, though under far more restrictive civic conditions. I hope it will be a civic conditions. Idowu says, before everything go turn to Aluta, my people, get your catapult ready with stone as self-defense. At Ogachi says, if they explain Nigeria problem to you and you understand it, that means the chance of you getting mad is very high. As Sandra says, Jonathan was weak. Look who is strong now. Karma. Yes, so tell them. Jonathan is weak. Jonathan is weak. At Temitope says, good to hear. The law of karma. What goes around comes around. At Moboladi says, how can we win? Okay, you've said this before. Madu Apoche says that they look with one eye, close not two eyes, open the only way to stop this. All man should control his regions and have his government. Moka Alogba says, that's the people's voice protest. Nigeria must do this often. At Longji Yako says, it's time for young people and women to step away from the toxic battles and empty comparison on social media. Our energy is too valuable to waste online drama. Instead, we should channel that passion into political involvement, community leadership, and real world change. The future needs our voices, not our virtual conflicts. Popola Shagun says, action must be taken. Awoke Chikwadu says, it may be part of the reason Baba cancelled this proposed trip. Yes, before Uncle. And that one is just to deceive us because, Tijo, as Stopper says, no Igbo man go join that protest. Okay? Eric Boma says, people voted and planted this government. I'm so proud I voted His Excellency Peter Gregory Obi. My conscience, they happy now. Oji Merlin says, once the protest starts, leave David Umai for me. Na me first talk am. Okay, now. Okay, this is me now. Godzilla Abia go handle. Okay, that's good. That's good. Joseph Ovie says, when she already protest often, everybody say he's jobless, but right now everybody is feeling why he's protesting. Now, so, my listeners, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.